Hello everyone, my name is Hussain Ali and my group member are Lovepreet, Jaspreet, and Sharda and the Dhurofo. Today we are here for the video presentation of the accounting theory. The topic which is selected is the case of global accounting standard, arguments and evidence. In this video presentation, we will explain you the introduction, practical explanation, major implication of the international accounting, conceptualization and conclusion. I will give you the introduction of the presentation and the rest of the part will continue by the group members. In introduction, I would like to say that IFRS was introduced in 2005 and a research paper we analyze is the case of global accounting standard, arguments and evidence. The report which we select for the assignment is discussed the practical implication of IFRS and its implication on AASB as well as the cost benefit of the new standards. This report also tries to analyze the impact of IFRS on financial reporting system in Australia and effect of this on economic as well as the market benefit. There are too many changes we need to do before adopting these systems. These changes require the major modification in the way of reporting financial information. These changes also require the alteration in the method and way of the being used, change in the system and processes as well as the change in the presentation format, because the previous system is not like too much effective. That's why it is necessary for a time to upgrade the systems so we compete our companies in the global market. And this is the introduction part. Next part is the practical explanation which Lovely will be explaining you in detail. Thank you.
Thanks Hussain. Myself Lovepreet Kaur. I'm going to discuss the practical explanation of IFRS. IFRS has revamped the information which is available to the market, which helps the improving efficiency of the market, and there are definitely some differences protocoled in the information provided by the firm as compared to the information available prior national GAAP. Some studies provided the evidences related to the differences in the liquidity in the markets and the cost of capital borne by the companies. And the companies who have adopted the IFRS had more market liquidity. Researchers found the IFRS adopted and implemented companies have the reduction of the cost of the capital. All this has been possible because of more disclosure and improved information compatibility. And thank you. Next, my friend Jaspreet will explain the impact of Australian reporting system.
Thank you, Lovepreet. Now I'm going to explain impact on Australian reporting system. So in Australia, policymakers believe that the growth of small capital market needs international investment with the help of IFRS. Although there were certain small companies who believed that they are bearing the cost without any benefits. There was strong increase in the persistence of earning and value relevance. There was decrease in synchronicity in the market for 2 years post implementation of IFRS. There was also lower error in the forecast post IFRS implementation. Also, capitalization of intangible, which is part of IFRS, help in disclosing various value relevant information of the firms. So, the study of effect of IFRS on local entities examined the difference in the accounting surplus as well as equity because of the change from AASB to IFRS. When AASB surplus was used, there were few items increasing like amortization and depreciation, borrowing cost, employee benefits, net gain or losses on PPE. Overall, small organization did not have any effect in financial positioning, but large organization had a positive effect on both surplus and equity. Thank you. And now Dhruv will explain the major implication of international accounting. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaspreet. So my name is Dhruv and I'll be speaking on the major implications of international accounting. In case of stock return, IFRS helps in disclosing some information related to the company, which helps in removing surprise element. Post accepting the IFRS standard, authors found an increase in the trading activity. This has also attracted the foreign equity investors. IFRS has supported cross-border building because of reduction in the processing cost of required information, as it has become quite easier to compare the financial data and lowering of geographical barriers. And the fourth implication and the most important implication is that post IFSR adoption, there has been increase in accountability and ownership, and this has also impacted the allocation of institutional investors. For the security market analysis, there has been an increased accuracy in the forecast as compared to the companies which are non-IFRS. This has been possible because of the quality information and easier comparability. Additionally, IFRS help in improving the analyst ability related to the inclusion of company industry in the share price and hence decreasing the advantage of private information that few institutional owners had. IFSR also help in improving forecast accuracy of the foreign analysts. It also has an impact of security market. Majority of impact is on debt market as compared to equity. IFRS has also impacted the capital market. And my colleague Sharda will continue from that.
Thank you, Dhruv. My name is Sharda. I'm going to speak about conceptualize and focus contribution of the alignment. The standards of IFRS are sector neutral. They are applicable irrespective of sectors and even for the public and non-profit entities. Although there are fundamental differences in the way of working of public and private companies, raising the question whether both types should have the same type of standards. Prior to the accrual accounting was introduced, public sectors were dependent on cash basis for their account maintenance. When all public sectors adopted accrual accounting with AAS 27 being introduced, prior to this, there were three accounting standards. Once the IFRS came into the picture, there were no separate systems of accounting. Hence, AASB had to consider different guidelines along with the additional notes for the adoption. The surplus or loss of public sector entities decreased. Along with this, there was a significant rise in the equity, but overall financial position did not change. For small and medium enterprises, loss in surplus was equalized by the increase in equity. On the other hand, large enterprises had positive surplus as well as equity. It was important to remove duplications in the standards along with the integration of government financial statistics and also to compare the IFRS standards with the existing standards. The adoption of IFRS standards might be difficult for the local government entities as their objective is more of the social in nature. Thank you. Now my teammate Hussein will talk about the conclusion.
Thanks, Sharda. I'm back again. Now I'm explaining you the last part of the presentation, conclusion. In conclusion, I would like to say that the accounting standards is globally accepted, and if we have the same high quality standard accepted by the companies, then they will have a multiple benefit like transparency, comparability of the financial information, and help in the financial cost. There are too many benefits which get the companies if they apply these standards properly, like can result in the high quality of the information and also help at the effective decision making. Decision making is very important for the companies and also help in the better allocation of the flow funds and the capitals. At the last, I would like to say that in Australia, according to the research, adoption of the IFRS increase the liability, decrease the equity, and also companies have reduced their surplus. Smaller companies face too many problems, like they have the low capital, so they have to invest a lot of money to adopt these standards and invest too much to adopt all these standards properly. That's all of our this presentation. If you like any question, you will email us. We will give you a reply soon. And I'd like to thanks to ma'am on the behalf of our all group for all your help during this semester. Thank you very much.